In the headlines, a local man is accused of terrorizing his girlfriend. Rocky Mount police need your help in locating an area rapist. And 2 area teens are linked to several arsons in Wilson County. That's in today's crime report. We'll also have the latest jobless numbers from the Employment Security Commission, and WHIG-TV is celebrating Black History Month with you. These stories and more coming up on NewsBreak starting now.
From WHIG-TV, this is NewsBreak 31. Now, here's Marie Torres.
Hello, and thanks for tuning in to WHIG-TV NewsBreak, your voice in the community. I'm Marie Torres. First, in our crime report, a local man is accused of terrorizing his girlfriend. Monday, Rocky Mount PD said 54-year-old Gary Smith allegedly assaulted his 60-year-old girlfriend at an apartment on Sunset Avenue. Smith was said to have threatened to kill her, assaulted her, disconnected the phone, forced her into a room, and refused to allow her to leave the residence. When the woman's 57-year-old sister was unable to reach her, she went by the apartment, but Smith reportedly pushed the sister out. Fortunately, the victim's sister was able to call police. Smith was charged with attempted first-degree murder, first-degree kidnapping, assault by strangulation, 2 counts of assault on a female, assault with a deadly weapon, 2 counts of communicating threats, interfering with emergency communication, and injury to personal property. He was issued a $155,000 bond and sits in Nash County Jail. Rocky Mount police need your help in locating an alleged area rapist. Monday evening, while the victim was waiting for the bus, it's reported 35-year-old Reginald Antonio Lawrence allegedly stopped his vehicle near the 20-year-old female and inquired if she needed a ride. The woman who was waiting on Fairview Road accepted, but it said Lawrence drove her to Cloverdale Park, where he allegedly sexually assaulted her. It said that Lawrence then drove the victim to Barnes Street and dropped her off. Through investigative efforts, police say they were able to identify her attacker as Lawrence. He is wanted for second-degree rape, but is yet to be arrested at the time of this report. Anyone who has information on his whereabouts is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 252-977-1111. The victim was treated at Nash General Hospital. 2 women face hit-and-run charges. According to local authorities, the victims, a 23-year-old woman and an 18-year-old woman, were standing in a parking lot on 1200 Western Avenue Saturday night when it's alleged 30-year-old Shauniqua Kingsbury and 24-year-old Talacius Wilkins were attempting to back out of a parking space. Police say a disagreement occurred when the victims did not move. That's when one of the victims threw a bottle at the suspect's vehicle, and then the accused women backed out of the parking space and hit the victims. Kingsbury faces 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon and 1 count of felony hit and run with injury. Wilkins faces charges of passenger fleeing the scene of an accident when injury occurs and resisting a public officer and/or giving false information. 2 area teens are linked to several arsons in Wilson County. Authorities there say 18-year-olds Tyler Boykin of Lucama and Christopher Barnes of Kenley are charged with 10 counts of felony burning of buildings that authorities believe started in November in the southern area of the county. Boykin's bond was set at $200,000, while Barnes's bond was set at $100,000. It's reported that between November 6 and Christmas Eve, the 2 set fires to 8 abandoned buildings, 1 vehicle, and started a fire at the Southern Iron Bar and Lounge, which cost about $10,000 in damages. In other news, you're asked to be on the lookout for a missing area teen. Rocky Mount police say 17-year-old Nyrick Middleton was reported missing by his foster mother, who lives in Whitakers. Middleton told his foster mother that he was going to the store at Raleigh Road and Walnut Street. That was on January 19th. His family has not seen or heard from him since. Police say efforts have been made to locate Middleton since reported missing, and there are no current leads as to his location. Middleton could possibly be a runaway. He's described as a black male with brown eyes, a medium complexion, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing about 135 pounds. He was last seen wearing an orange shirt, blue jeans, black shoes, and a gray coat. If you know his whereabouts, you're asked to contact Crime Stoppers at 252-977-1111. Well, after the break, more people may be back to work in our area. We'll have the latest data from the Employment Security Commission, and we'll hear from an area leader on the importance of this time. But first, here are some facts to celebrate the achievements of Black heroes and heroines in America. Facts. Henry Blair, the second African American to receive a patent, invented a corn seed planter in 1834 and a cotton planter in 1836. Blair could not read or write and signed his patent with an X. In 1995, writer Maya Angelou was recognized for remaining on the New York Times paperback nonfiction bestseller list for 2 years, the longest running record in history.
You waited patiently. Now it's time. Clearance time at Davenport Honda in Rocky Mount. Hundreds of brand new Hondas, all tagged with the year's lowest prices, with savings up to $6,000 and a lifetime warranty on every vehicle. But hurry, because at Davenport Honda, these deals are the one thing that won't last forever. Davenport Honda in Rocky Mount, your dealership for life.
We're your news team, bringing it home to you with meteorologist Fred Holdsworth, anchor Marie Torres, sports reporter Edward Green, and Matt Habit, our studio guy. WHIG-TV Newsbreak, your voice in the community.
The Country Inn & Suites is your home away from home with a staff that always treats you as family. If you or your church or company has visitors, give them a great Rocky Mount welcome with a special discount on their overnight or extended stay. Not only is the Country Inn & Suites a comfortable place, we'll spoil them with fresh cookies and complimentary breakfast. We are filled with luxuries like an indoor pool, fitness center, and a guest laundry. The Business Center includes a boardroom, connection to high-speed internet, and catering for meetings is always available. Call me, Donna Chavis, at 252-442-0500 for a tour and or to set up your corporate rate. You're always welcome as family in the Country Inn & Suites, Rocky Mount.
Welcome back to WHIG-TV Newsbreak. I'm Marie Torres. Unemployment rates, including our own, decreased in 66 of North Carolina's 100 counties in December. In Edgecombe County, the rate for the month of December was 14.6% compared to 14.8% for the month of November. In Nash County, the rate for the month of December was at 11.6% compared to 11.9% the previous month. And for Wilson County, the rate went to 11.6% in December compared to 11.8% in November. As for the city of Rocky Mount, overall, December brought in a rate of 12.6%, down from 12.9% in the month of November. As always, we'll keep you up to date on the job front, and we'll be bringing you further updates as we get them. Nash County may be looking at greater legal woes as the fight to keep Sanderson Farms out continues. At the moment, the city of Wilson, as well as some Nash County citizens, are thinking about legal action against Nash County, sparking from the county's decision to rezone land that would hopefully go for the building of a chicken processing plant owned by Sanderson Farms. Though some argue that with high unemployment in our region, we should welcome potential new jobs, such as the more than 1,000 jobs Sanderson Farms is estimating, others say there are far too many other risks that include a possible increase in immigrant population that could flood our county resource offices and the estimated negative environmental impacts of the plant, such as to our region's waterways. In 2001, Nash County and the city of Wilson entered into a court-ordered consent decree during litigation over the Buckhorn Reservoir, which which basically prevents either entity from damaging the water resources that they share. In addition, the City of Wilson and some Nash County residents say the Nash County Board of Commissioners voted for the zoning changes for the purpose of favoring a particular applicant when they made their decision to rezone land back in November. Some complaints against the board are that they did not issue special permits that would include the work of slaughtering, which Sanderson Farms may hope to do. So far, it's reported that the City of Wilson has since hired an environmental attorney. Next Monday, February the 7th at 10 p.m. in Nash County, commissioners will once again revisit their rezoning decision in a public hearing. Now, on a different note, it's time for our Pet of the Week.
This is Scout. He's with Carolina Box Rescue. I've been fostering him for about a year. He's a special needs baby. He was born with shortened vertebrae, and he's been to the vet school, and they said that he may need a wheelchair in his senior years, but right now just let him do and play however he wants to, and he does. He might look a little funny when he walks and runs, but that just gives him more character. He loves all other animals, loves everybody he meets. He will turn 2 years old this month. And I got him from an owner whose little boy found out that he was allergic to him, so he passed Scout on to me.
Okay.
And if anybody is interested, they can contact me, and I can put them through the Carolina Box Rescue, Sandy Holt at 252-462-0268.
Okay, and he seems really energetic.
Loves to play, but he's not one of those that's hyper all the time. Mm-hmm. He just got excited when he saw me bringing out the leashes, and him and his boxer brother started playing really, really hard.
Okay. All right. And tell us who you have here with us, Shelly.
This is my boy, Dean. He just decided to come on for the ride, come along for the show. He is mine. I adopted him through Boston Terrier Rescue of North Carolina. And he is my special little boy, but he likes to be on camera.
Okay. And tell everybody, what's the importance of adopting?
Well, like in his case, he's a special needs baby, and that comes from bad breeding. If you're going to purchase a dog, instead of rescuing from a shelter, you have to make sure that you find out about the breeder, because a lot of them, all they want is the money. They don't care as far as what they breed, how they breed, or they don't care if they're sick or disabled. So,
and give us the name again.
Carolina Boxer Rescue.
Okay, and again, his name is
Scout.
Scout. There you go. He's so sweet. We thank those ladies for showing us our Pet of the Week. And as we celebrate Black History Month in America, WHIG-TV is speaking to local leaders about the importance of this time. Here is Rocky Mount City Councilman and President of the local branch of the NAACP, Andre Knight.
The importance of the remembering and honoring the history of African American, which we call Black History Month, which is only 28 days, which is not nearly enough to discuss or to even recognize all the history that African Americans has contributed to this country. And so I think it's very important, not just the month of February, but throughout the year, that we recognize and honor the history of African Americans and what they contribute to these United States and across the world. And I think most people don't realize the contributions that African American has made. And even in our local school, I remember my parents telling me they had Black History Week. Now it's Black History Month. And it's not nearly enough in U.S. history or in the history books that reflect the contributions of African Americans and how they have contributed to this society.
Throughout this month, we'll be speaking to various leaders about the importance of Black History Month, and we'll be highlighting some of the achievements made by our own local Black leaders. When we return on WHIG TV Newsbreak, it's your look at sports and weather, and stay with us for more Black History facts. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated on friend Maya Angelou's birthday on April 4th, 1968. Angelo stopped celebrating her birthday for many years afterward and sent flowers to King's widow every year until Mrs. King's death in 2006. Author Toni Morrison was the first African American to win the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1993 for her work Beloved.
You waited patiently. Now it's time. Clearance time at Davenport Honda in Rocky Mount. Hundreds of brand new Hondas, all tagged with the year's lowest prices, with savings up to $6,000 and a lifetime warranty on every vehicle. But hurry, because at Davenport Honda, these deals are the one thing that won't last forever. Davenport Honda in Rocky Mount, your dealership for life.
The Country Inn & Suites is your home away from home with a staff that always treats you as family. If you or your church or company has visitors, give them a great Rocky Mount welcome with a special discount on their overnight or extended stay. Not only is the Country Inn & Suites a comfortable place, we'll spoil them with fresh cookies and complimentary breakfast. We are filled with luxuries like an indoor pool, fitness center, and a guest laundry. The Business Center includes a boardroom, connection to high-speed internet, and catering for meetings is always available. Call me, Donovan Chavis, at 252-442-0500 for a tour and/or to set up your corporate rate. You're always welcome as family in the Country Inn & Suites, Rocky Mount.
Thanks for staying with us. Now here's a look at the days ahead in weather with WHIG-TV meteorologist Fred Holdsworth. Fred?
Let's go right to our forecast map and see what we will have developing later on during the afternoon. We are right between the cold to the north and the warm to the south. The precipitation to our north is the snow, and the precipitation to our south is mostly rain, except you'll notice that there is something very unusual here, freezing rain along the Gulf Coast. And this little pocket of cold air giving this area of southern Mississippi and most of Louisiana some freezing rain and sleet during this afternoon. Rain along the Texas coast and rain from Alabama eastward through South Carolina all the way to the coast. The snow to our north is the remnants of that monster winter storm that really obliterated Chicago and moved up into New England. Right now, Rockford, Illinois has over 20 inches of snow on the ground. Chicago O'Hare has 15 inches and 18 inches at Chicago Midway Airport. As we go farther to the south, we see a cold front that's down just around Lake Okeechobee this afternoon, bringing rain all the way down into central Florida. Going to the west, high pressure over Texas is pumping cold air in, and this is what is contributing to this freezing rain and sleet along the Gulf Coast. Snow is also possible in the Big Bend of Texas right in here, and also up into Colorado and Wyoming. Going farther to the west, heavy snow is possible in the higher elevations of the Rockies, right in here in western Montana and also in southern British Columbia, with rain along the coast of Oregon and British Columbia, as well as the state of Washington. Well, let's take a look now at our forecast and see what we can expect. For today, high of 43 under a partly cloudy sky, north wind 5 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy tonight with a low of 32. Winds will be calm. For Friday, cloudy with a chance of rain developing during the afternoon with a high of 40. East wind at 6. Friday night, rain with a low of 37. Northeast wind at 5. Have some rain early Saturday morning and then become partly cloudy with a high of 57. Northwest wind at 10. Saturday night, clear with a low of 30. Sunday, sunny, 56 degrees for the high. Sunday night will be clear with a low of 31. And back up to 57 degrees for our high on Monday under a sunny sky. Our high yesterday was 70 degrees. Our low this morning was 36. And that's a look at your weather right up to the minute. Now back to you.
Thank you, Fred. And here with us is our sports reporter, Edward Green. Tell us what you've been working on this week, Edward.
Well, Maria, I thought we'd take a little bit of a detour from the sports we normally show here and go back a little and reflect on the history of Rocky Mount and some athletes there, because it is, after all, Black History Month, as you've been doing a great job showing the audience so far. Well, as we've been doing all week, sports now joins the fun and celebrates some of the African-American athletes that call Rocky Mount their hometown. I took a trip to the Twin County Hall of Fame this week to find some local athletes who made a lasting impact on the national stage. We start our look at famous African-American athletes from Rocky Mount with Buck Leonard, a 1972 inductee to the Baseball Hall of Fame and an important figure in the Negro Leagues. Born in 1907, Buck Leonard dropped out of school in 1921 at the age of 14 because there was no high school education for African Americans in the area at the time. After working at a textile mill and a railroad station, Leonard made it to the Negro Leagues in 1933, starting his career with the Brooklyn Royal Giants. 1 year later, the power-hitting first baseman would move on to the Homestead Grays, where Leonard would play the remainder of his 17-year career. Leonard was a 12-time All-Star and compiled a career batting average of .320. Leonard also played for 3 Negro League World Series champions and finished off his career by being elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1972 by the Negro League Committee. Leonard passed away at the age of 90 in 1997. We move now from baseball to basketball and take a look at a Rocky Mount native who has given back to his community well after his playing days are over. Tar Heel great Phil Ford. After graduating from Rocky Mount Senior High in 1974, Ford went on to have a successful 4-year career at the University of North Carolina playing point guard for the Tar Heels. Ford played so well his first 2 seasons at UNC that he started for the 1976 U.S. Olympic team that won gold in Canada. By the end of his time at UNC, Ford was the school's leading scorer with just under 2,300 points. That number would stand until 2008 when Tyler Hansbrough passed Ford during his senior season. Ford played 7 seasons in the NBA for 4 different teams, averaging over 11 points and 6 assists per game. His post-college achievements include being named the 1979 NBA Rookie of the Year, working as an assistant coach on the 1993 UNC National Championship team, and starting the Phil Ford Classic in Rocky Mount to benefit the Boys and Girls Club. We finish our look at famous African-American athletes from Rocky Mount with someone you may not recognize when he's not wearing his trademark eyewear, Charles Buck Williams. Well known for the sports goggles he wore on the court, Charles Williams, better known as Buck, graduated from Rocky Mount Senior High before going on to star at the University of Maryland. Williams started with a bang, winning the 1979 ACC Rookie of the Year award. He continued his success through the next 2 years, being named to the All-ACC team his sophomore and junior years. Although a boycott kept him from playing, Williams was named to the 1980 Olympic basketball team. Williams continued to have success, though, going 3rd overall in the 1981 NBA draft to the New Jersey Nets, where he remains the franchise's leading scorer after spending 8 seasons with the club. Williams played in 2 NBA Finals later in his career with the Portland Trail Blazers, and is currently involved with the charity Global Giving, where he raises money with other athletes. And those are just a few of the many athletes from Rocky Mount. If you'd like to check out more, you can visit the Twin County Hall of Fame on the weekends or by appointment during the week. And Marie, it's amazing to look at some of the talent that has walked through this town over the years.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much. You did an awesome job on that.
Thank you very much. I'm just trying to match the way you've been.
Oh, thank you, Edward.
Thank you.
And thank you for tuning in today. Make sure that you join us next week as we continue to bring you news that's impacting our community. For WHIG TV, I'm Marie Torres. We'll see you next time.